Hey, I'm Eric Keach, and I'm here with Kim Alexander. She is another amazing client with Coach Tam, and she's here today to talk about her story, talk about her experience, and the results that she's seen while she's been doing some training and work with her. So, Kim, thanks so much for taking the time to come on here and do this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Eric. I'm excited about it.
All right, so let's kind of set the stage, right? People see you, they don't know you, right? We've just met for the first time. Let's give a little bit of background story, kind of a history, kind of how you ended up where you are at today and end up coaching with Coach Tam.
Well, I think the first point is I am a menopausal woman with teenagers. It's a frustrating stage in my life, and I was gaining weight, and I could not really seem to make a difference. I eat healthy, I exercise. None of those things was helping me. I was exercising and still gaining weight, which was the most frustrating part. And so, I had a conversation with Tam, and I got a little email that said that they were going to do a group me to be accountable for what we eat, and what we do for exercise on a daily basis. And I signed up for the app,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it because each day it held me accountable for how much water I was drinking. It was called Pick Two. It was a Pick Two challenge, and it was the Pick Two challenge that really motivated me to be accountable, to exercise consistently, to, if I had a bad day eating, to get back on track the next day and not let it be a downward spiral. And starting that, probably I'd say in September, I've had enough moment where I've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
Dieting wasn't helping, exercise wasn't helping. I met with a dietitian, and I learned that a lot of the things that I was doing weren't helping me. Um, I wasn't eating enough, which was
Mm-hmm.
shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, in talking with Coach Tam and listening to the Temple tips about making sure I eat in the morning as soon as I get up, and stoking the fire and beginning to figure out how to healthy snack throughout the day and being intentional about what I eat and how often I eat, all of those things began to make a difference, and I started to see results right away. I think I lost 5 pounds like before Christmas, and I went into a challenge over Thanksgiving to maintain and not gain, so that I could maintain and not gain over the holidays. And I actually lost weight. And I ate some of the things that I loved, but not everything. And it's just made a huge difference for me. Just the checking in on a daily basis with my pick two. What am I eating and what am I doing as far as my physical activity?
So how does that make you feel, right? Everything you were doing before, like nothing was working. You even said you went to a dietitian, nutritionist, that didn't even
Yes.
help. So how does it make you feel that like something you were trying to do just to maintain and you ended up losing the weight and started doing things that you really were hoping for?
Right. Oh, it was great. I think I sent her a text message right away that
Mm.
the fact I was seeing results was encouraging. I think the most frustrating part is to have a goal and to be, starving yourself and exercising like crazy and seeing zero results. But once I started with the pick two and I started seeing results, I was motivated to continue. And that motivation just consistently pushed me on. But I think the excitement is in seeing results. The excitement is when you're doing something and you see the results, you're motivated to continue it. And the encouragement when you fall off, you know, everybody has bad days, but they don't have to be that bad weeks or
Mhm.
bad months. So being able to recover from a bad moment and being able to say, okay, yeah, that cookie, that was probably not a good idea, but I don't have to keep eating the whole bag.
Mhm. All right.
So,
Okay. And so there's a support element that, right, when you have
yeah,
those moments, like you probably feel, oh, okay, but there's like, Tam's there. She can support you and help you through this.
yes, yes. She's definitely there. The motivational tips that she gives each morning, the temple tips on water, the importance of water, knowing how to eat when you're out and traveling. I think that's a challenge for me. Knowing what my triggers were, being able to understand that I eat when I'm bored, not because so finding something to do rather than just sitting around and eating. So it's been absolutely wonderful, and it's really been life changing for me. I am in my mid 50s, I'll say, but to be able to have the energy that I'm starting to have again, especially with teenagers, has been very important to me.
Have you noticed other things too, where, right, if your energy's changing, you notice maybe sleeping patterns are different? Are you sleeping better? You feel more rested?
Well, menopause has such problems with sleep. I'm not
Hmm.
sleeping better.
Okay.
I'm aware of the fact that I need more sleep, and I'm taking the time to rest when I can, but I'm still not getting enough sleep.
Okay. And that's understandable, right? Obviously, the physical changes, the hormonal changes kind of throw things out of whack.
Yeah.
Now, right, you had the weight loss, you talk about some of the energy stuff. What else have you noticed? Have you noticed anything different in terms of maybe mood? Again, the hormones could be kind of all over the place with what you're going through, but have you noticed any other benefits?
Well, I think um, as far as the emotional benefits,
Hmm.
just the satisfaction of knowing that I'm not going to relapse, that there's not this temporary state, because before I would, be like a yo-yo, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. But for me, I've been able to maintain what I've lost, and that's been exciting too, to see that, from after Christmas, and here we are, it's already spring, and I'm not, especially after family vacation, which was the biggest challenge. Disney and all of the food and all of that can always be
Oh yeah.
a downfall for me, especially with a meal plan that has dessert at every meal. So learning
Hmm.
how to make some adjustments in that, and be okay with it, it's just been good for me.
Now, what about the clothes side of things? Have you been able to
Oh,
new clothes fit in old clothes? Where's that at?
yeah. I've been able to wear my own clothes rather than having to go back and buy clothes. I think in the fall and the winter, one of the biggest telling signs for me was a coat that I loved, that I could get it on, but I could never button it and close it up real good.
Hmm.
I couldn't cinch the waist because I was just thick in the middle. But by the time Christmas came, I was buttoning that coat up and buckling it across, and I was excited that the fact that I could wear that coat again the way it was supposed to be worn. A lot of my pants that were really, really tight, and I would put on a long blouse and just not button them, I'm able to wear again. And then I have a couple of dresses that I just didn't like the way I looked in them.
Yeah.
So they were new, but I didn't wear them. So to be able to pull those out, put them on, and finally take the tags off of them and wear them was exciting.
Yeah. Probably felt pretty good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
That's cool. Now, along with this, right, you talked about the supportive element, right? You have a rough day, but I'm guessing too, right, with the tips that you're receiving, there's probably, it's not just like a physical support, like it's an emotional support that's there for you. Is
Yeah,
that correct? Yeah. So
yeah.
like if you're having a day where you're just like in freak out mode and like you're just not doing right, you can reach out there, like Tam's going to be there and be able to help you through that. Is that correct?
That's absolutely. And there's a
Okay.
community. I think with the Pick Two group me that we're doing, not only Tam, but the other people that are on the group me are encouraging as well. When we have a day that's not a great day, she
Hmm.
definitely provides good tips and support. But I think there's also encouragement from the other people that are part of the program. And I think that sense of community is what really makes a difference.
Kind of like a family in a way.
It is a family in a way. And I think the fact that it is, one of the things I love about Tam is that she doesn't talk about it from a purely physical perspective, that in order for us to do it, it really does take a spiritual component, that you
Hmm.
really have to see this as stewardship of your body, and being able to know that your body is the temple of God, and how you treat it says what you think about what God has given you. And so my ability to think about that and to process that on how I care for this only body that I'm going to have, makes a huge difference in my mental thoughts
Yeah.
about whether or not I should eat that or not.
So there's a much deeper element to this than I'm guessing from some of the things or maybe anything else that you've tried before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there's, you can do trainers, but nobody does a spiritual component. At least I haven't.
Hmm.
I think that piece with Coach Tam is the piece that allows, it's more of a holistic approach to a lifestyle change. It's not a diet, it's not a fad, it's not
Yeah.
something, it's really being able to look at who you are and becoming the best you that you can be, physically, mentally, spiritually. It's the whole piece.
Yeah. So it's full 360. It's covering everything, and not that like training and all the stuff is necessarily easy, but it sounds like because it's covering this whole thing that it's made the process a little bit easier and more enjoyable for you.
Yes, because when you want to quit, you begin to think about you have to press toward the mark for the prize. You've got to,
Right.
never give up, and that it's all working for your good. It's going to all come together, and we've got to stay focused and to encourage one another.
Okay. All right. And I just got a couple more questions. I want to shift gears. You had
Okay.
mentioned Coach Tam specifically before, but I'm curious to know, right? She's been there, trainer, right? She's teaching you things like not just health, but lifestyle things, emotional,
Mhm.
spiritual things. But I'm curious to know more about her as a person. So maybe
Mhm.
give me a few words or phrases that kind of like describe the type of person that she is.
I would say she's an igniter. That would be my word.
Mm,
Uh, she is kind of like, what's the word? When I say igniter, I mean that she's more of a spark or a catalyst. She is driven to succeed internally. She is an overcomer for the goals that she has met personally. I feel like her ability to be a businesswoman is impressive to me because she is very methodical and
mhm,
intentional about creating what it is she sees as what God has called her to do. I think she sees this work as a calling, not a job.
mhm.
And because of that, her attitude about it and her excitement about it and about what God is up to and what He's going to do next through her is evident in everything that she does.
And I guess leads me to the next question. With all of that, it sounds like she just truly cares about you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now let's say right now that Coach Tam is like turning everything off. Like she's in the process, going to shut everything down, turn it off. You're never going to hear from her again. And let's say this is the last time that you could ever say anything to her. Knowing it's the last time, what would you say?
I would say I thank God for her. I thank God for you, Coach Tam, for what you have poured into the lives of others is going to live far beyond your lifetime. I think you are a living legacy of what is possible when you yield yourself to the call of God. And that ability to pour into the lives of others continues to pour into the lives of people that you may never meet.
Mm,
And I just want to say thank you for having an impact on my life.
very, 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 very cool. Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story, the results, how it's affected you, just not just right with the weight loss, but all around. And now you're getting back into the clothes. I know that's making you happy. So I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to do this, and I wish you the best of luck moving forward.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Have a great day. Bye bye.